good morning, my beautiful soul tribe. Interesting. Okay. Good morning, my beautiful soul tribe. I thought I would hop on today and talk about oracle decks since I know that has been a discussion. As Candace came on our launch last week, she talked about doing readings for herself. And I've had many different people messaging me, asking me more about that. So I thought that today we would dive into that and kind of explore and learn about that. I've got myself a pumpkin cold brew today. So you can never go wrong with pumpkin anything at this time. And I know that sounds so basic, but it's good. So while we're waiting for just a minute, we're going to center ourselves. Honestly, I got the most amazing freaking candles. This is from Tranquility and Rose. Her name is Amber Zakari. She's actually in our group. I'll have to tag her below. She makes the most amazing candles. I mean, I've lit this, but it has different crystals. There's some glitter. It's infused with Reiki. It's just a beautiful candle. Anyways, this one's my favorite for the morning. It is a morning brew, so it kind of has a little bit of a coffee smell. And I also got the Enchanted Forest. That one smells good too. Just smells like fall. Anyways, it's kind of like a musty fall, earthy, I don't know, it smells amazing. So anyways, we've lit our candle and we will be doing some more here with all of this. You know, on this laptop I can't really see who's on, so I'll have to just check down here in a little while. So I like to just start with kind of what I do when preparing to pull cards for myself. So first of all, I wanted to address what oracle cards are, what tarot cards are, why people use them, the intention behind it, all of the things. So honestly, for me, I have found that oracle cards really are a collection of channeled messages. So when you get an oracle deck, it's as if you are connecting into the person who wrote it and who drew it, and you're able to get a reading or a message from them. So when I work with people, there are certain messages that come forward. I also have different analogies that I have experienced in the past or messages that have come in. So let's say I see this white cloth, or I see just different things in my mind, and as to deliver that specific message, and then I'll deliver that message, the basics of it, and then I'll allow our ancestors and loved ones to share more about how that relates to that individual person. So there's been a collection of messages that have come forward, and of course, you know, in different phases, different times of life, different messages come in. And so there really is an endless amount of stuff that I have learned while delivering messages. It's kind of just, overall, there can be things that are very personal. And so truthfully, as I look at oracle, it just to me is like as if I'm going into that person's space, or I am opening up for them to give me a message that they channeled that was unique and beautiful to them. So that's truly how I look at oracle cards. And I myself am even working on a deck, and I'm so excited about that, to really like connect in with death and with the transition of death and with the grieving process here. So it's going to be very beautiful, and I'm really excited to first, before jumping into any other aspects of life, to really have this space of completion. You know, I'm not doing sessions anymore, but it just feels like things are shifting in a lot of ways, and so it's a great space to just move into that energy. And so that's honestly how I feel about oracle cards. And at the same time, it is just an outlet and an avenue. So we are physical and we're spiritual, and sometimes we need a physical reminder or a physical representation of something spiritual. It's kind of like the same thing when we have sessions and we might see a bird, or we might see feathers on the ground, or angel numbers, or whatever that is. It's a physical representation of a spiritual reminder that we're not alone, that we're supported, that our angels and our ancestors are here with us. And so being aware of that, this is just another outlet, another channel, another avenue of connecting in and receiving those beautiful messages. And throughout all of time, people have used different kinds of oracles or different kinds of physical representations to receive a spiritual understanding. So that goes the same with, people who read scripture. And I'm not comparing oracle cards to scripture. I'm just saying that there are times where people will say prayer and say, what do I need to know? And they'll open up their scripture, and that verse is exactly what they need. So it's not uncommon for people to lean into that space of understanding, of looking into that area just to receive some guidance and some insight. So, hello. In a moment, I will be doing pulling some oracle cards. So if you want an oracle card pulled for you, go ahead and comment below so I can know. I'm on my computer today, so I'm not sure who's hopping on and stuff like that. So comment below if you want a card reading. And so having that been said, it's just another outlet or another avenue to be able to connect in. And I'm not saying it's replacing scripture at all. I don't want everyone to go have a cow about that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's avenues and outlets that we can receive messages, and we can have those messages come in a channeled form. So that's really what an oracle deck is a beautiful channeled message from the person who wrote it, their life experiences, the messages that come through for them, for us to receive and move forward in and see if it works for us. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. Once again, if you're watching and you want a card pulled, go ahead and leave a comment and I'll get that going. I'm just kind of going over the basics of oracle cards, and the same thing is I want to talk also about tarot cards, because I know that there's a lot of misconceptions about them as well. And I myself used to be like really against tarot cards, and then I kind of just did some healing. I got a card reading once, and it actually really helped me. And so it's just another outlet and avenue. I have found that a lot of times when people use cards, it also helps them open up into their psychic abilities or their need of channeling. They're able to step into that space even more. And so it's just a physical representation, once again, of a spiritual concept. So as far as tarot goes, and we'll do a little bit with that, but not too. Let's see if I can get any of these comments. I don't know why I'm having a hard time seeing who is on. I apologize about that. So I'm going to try to do something a little different here to see who's on so I can pull cards. I'm just on my laptop, and so it's a little bit different. Rachel Earl. I am on for just a moment, but I would love to get one getting ready for the day. Okay, awesome, Rach. Welcome. I will pull a card for you as I'm in the midst of kind of talking about all of the things here. So I am using my Spirit Animal Oracle because it's honestly my favorite. So I'm just shuffling my cards here. Putting an intention for Rachel. Messages to be had today. Okay, here we are. Okay. Well, I pulled two. They came out together. So the first is the Electric Eel Spirit, and it says, bring your ideas to life, and it's the number 24. And then the second one is the Rhino Spirit, and it says, overcome any obstacles. And as I'm sitting with this and being in this space, is I really do feel, the Electric Eel Spirit and the Rhino has such great message and such great meaning. And so for those who maybe aren't really comfortable with channeling or anything like that, you can also look up in your deck what they say. And so I'm just going to read first just a section off of the eel. And it says, seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you are meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you now, so celebrate. Your life has potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying so that you can't wait to get started bringing your idea into life. The revelations you experience are meant to set you on a new path. So do not be afraid to act. Explore, examine, and do not fear the changes that come. For Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, abundance, and hope to experience. And that was a thrilling time of epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovations. This is a wondrous sign for you today. So it's really all about stepping into that space, honoring that, and co-creating with Spirit as you have those epiphanies or those downloads of information that are going to be coming of what you can be doing or what you can be implementing or creating in your space even more. And that doesn't have to always be with business, but that could be in life in general. If you have a creative bone coming up, or if you want to start doing more artistic things or whatever that is. Maybe it's even going on the computer and sharing when you're creating something. I'm just seeing teaching in that way. Maybe there's something connected to that. And the other one is the Rhino Spirit, and it says, overcome any obstacles. We will always have a choice to press ahead. The Rhino Spirit's strength offers you the power to break through stubborn obstacles. The Animal Spirit knows where there is more than one way to open a path that you seek. The Rhino Spirit appears. When Rhino appears, you are reminded that you have marvelous ability to overcome obstacles in multiple ways. By going around them, shattering them with the force of clear, deliberate intentions, or even transforming them into clouds that drift away by refusing to allow them to limit you. Apply your Rhino Spirit with creativity and no obstacle can stand. For you have magic to make many ways work for you. Your power is awesome right now. Rhino Spirit also reminds you that when your oracle appears to prevent you from getting what you desire today, it is meant that something much better is coming tomorrow. Keep in mind, when you consider the nature of the obstacle in front of you now, Great Spirit loves you so much and only wants the best for you. So, Rach, I hope that you heard that. This is amazing and humbling. Thank you. I'm so excited for this. Yes, absolutely. So it's, bringing that idea to life and then overcoming any obstacles, knowing that you can and that you will. And it's just a surrender and a trust. And I also think that it can be easy for us to let those little petty things or those limitations, we all have them, self-sabotage or sabotage from others affect us. And so this is just really time to step into that space of creation, what it is that you want to create and how you want to express yourself authentically. And then give yourself permission to see who is there to support you, maybe who's not there to support you, who's adding that positive space in your life. And so, I don't know, I just think it's a beautiful reminder. So thank you for joining. And I know you're getting ready for the day. I hope you have a good Sunday. And we need to hang out again. I'm leaving for Utah tomorrow. But when I get back, that'll be really fun. So for those who are wanting to learn more about oracle cards in general, what I wanted to start with is also kind of giving you a feel for different kinds of oracle. And at some point we'll jump into tarot, we'll talk about that, but I think today we're just going to focus on oracle. Because there's so much to learn in that aspect. So we talked about why oracle cards are cool, why they're powerful, the channeled messages from the creator, giving us a space of understanding. Rachel said, paralysis by analysis can be my struggle. Absolutely looking forward. I completely understand. I can be like that too, where I want to be a perfectionist or I want to have everything look a certain way before moving forward, and then I don't do anything. The struggle is real, but you can do it. I know. I believe in you. I believe in you! So, anyways, love ya. Okay, so moving into this space. So you can see what that was like, what that oracle card pulling even looked like. It was pretty simple. So I have this card. This is Colette Reed, the Spirit Animal Oracle. And at the beginning of this book, it talks about, and most of the decks that you will get will have the cards and then the book. And it also talks about card spreads and how you can use those cards and the purpose for them. Right? So here she gives different options of a 1 card, a 2 card, a 3 card reading. So we have a 1 card reading. Ask your question as you shuffle, flip the top card over. 2 card reading. Ask your question as you shuffle the card or as you infuse your energy into that. And then just pull some cards, see how they go. A lot of people will do past, present, future. So past, present, future, overall. So that's a 4 card spread. That's one that's pretty popular, which is what have I learned in the past, what's going on in the present moment, in the near future, and then overall for my soul's growth right now, what is it that I am learning? Here there's also a 7 card new moon reading. And you can see here that it kind of goes through what each section of that also represents. And so that's a really great opportunity if that's something that you want. For those who are watching, if you want me to pull a card for you, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do that. So I just feel like there's no right or wrong way of pulling a card or of receiving that guidance. There's not, one right or wrong space there. It's just really infusing your intention, infusing your mindset with those messages. So along with that, you can read the channel message that's connected to it, which I would highly recommend, at least when you're getting started with your oracle decks too, because there's so many beautiful messages that were channeled for a purpose and for a reason. And then there are sometimes when I'm like on the go, or I'm just like, oh, what's the little inspiration pick me up? So I'll just pull one, and for me, this is the B, and it says, sweet results await. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll even just pull a card, and I will have my journal, and I'll just pull a card, and it says, sweet results await. And that will give me time to start journaling about what that could mean, or giving me space to check in and to see how that could apply to my life. In what ways can sweet results await? What am I working on? Am I aligned with what I'm doing? What's my intention? And so it can really be a great journal prompt and a great journal addition to also bring in beautiful more messages, self-healing, self-love, self-understanding. So there's so many different ways that it can just be something that's really beautiful. And I kid you not, every time I've used this deck, whoever I do this with, the messages are always 100% spot on. And they're always like, there is no way. There is no way that this is even like reality. And it's just kind of fun. It's a great way to receive guidance. And there's different kinds of decks. So like I have this one, Mystical Wisdom. And honestly, when you're picking a card deck too, it's really important to find something that vibes with you. So for me, I kind of just see if I like the card deck, if it feels right, if it doesn't feel right. It kind of is like when you're working with a healer or even friends, right? Are you vibing with that person? Can you align with their intentions, with who they are? And a lot of places when you go to like different crystal shops or metaphysical stores where you can buy oracle decks, they actually have them open for you to look at. And really it's for you to see the photos, to see the messages, but in reality it's to see if it meshes with your energy, to see if that is for you. I have bought in some decks where they were at the time really good for me, and then I was like, nope, like I don't need this right now. So I'll either give them away or I'll put them away for a while. So yeah, let's see this one. Mystical Wisdom. This one wanted to come out. So this is the Peacock. I feel like I pull this one often. It says, raise your standards. So in this aspect, you can look at it and see, okay, in what ways can I raise my standards? You can also read it in the book. What does this mean? So let's look up Peacock. yeah, look, see for here, she also has the 1 card, 2 card, 4 card reading. I think that's pretty typical as far as that goes. So let me find the Peacock and we will read what that one has to offer. And some books have a lot more than others, more messages. So this one says here, the peacock is possibly one of the most exquisitely beautiful creations in the world of animal kingdom. It is also believed to be the most virtuous and embodies admired characteristics of integrity and loyalty. Like the peacock, you embody qualities important for friendships and family unity. You are encouraging, selfless, and rich the lives of everyone you meet. The peacock is also very protective, and its young will provide for and protect them under any circumstance. This card can also be seen as an indicator to better yourself and to raise your standards to be more like the peacock. The mantra, I love and care for everyone I know. So you can see even in that card, there's a different message that's connected to that. And sometimes when I'm doing, if I'm working with someone or I'm like, let's just pull a card, I might look at it. And this one says, rise above tribulations. And you can see there's a deer. And there's stairs and the moon. And so you can also use your intention or your intuition to look at it. And maybe you'll read the message and maybe you're giving a card reading to somebody else. And then you can actually just focus in on what you're seeing on the card and connect into that space more and to deliver a message of even deeper understanding. Because here, this is like a mix between like a hawk and a deer. And I feel like that could be very connected to, a deer. When I'm connecting in, I feel like a deer brings this innocence and this sweetness to life. And then the hawk also brings a higher perspective, a higher vision, a higher understanding. And so maybe this person is trying to find new ways of creation or an inspired, lighthearted space of creation, of understanding, of wisdom, of love, of joy. And so that can be very helpful to just kind of relay that kind of a message. So that is this deck. I'm just going to pull out a couple of them just to give you a feel for it. Once again, if you join, let me know. I'm happy to pull a card for you. This is the color card. I love this one, the secret language of color, because sometimes also in my decks there might be a color that's throughout all of them. Maybe there's color purple, or there's something always infused into my space. Or maybe if I'm working with someone, maybe their energy or their aura is a specific color that I'm seeing. Or maybe I just keep seeing this one color in my mind. Sometimes when I'm channeling, someone will bring in a color and it just continuously stays there. And so in this space, these are beautiful colors. So I might find that color, or you can even lay them down. Let me tell you about intention too. Is when you're shuffling, you're breathing, saying a prayer, aligning. Asking what color do I need in my space today, right? And then you can shuffle them however you want. I like to shuffle like this. And sometimes I'll lay them out and just pull the one that makes sense to me. So this is the cherry. Can't figure that out. Cherry. Okay. So now what I can do is look in the book about cherries. And this says, live an extraordinary life. Okay. So let's go here on number 9. Cherry raises your self-esteem. It brings sweetness, happiness, and wisdom to life. It can open your heart and allow you to listen to your heart's desires. A deep, full color cherry encourages you to live your life to the max, acting as a magnet that attracts incredible people and opportunities. and abundance into your life. Eat some cherries and transform yourself from ordinary to extraordinary. And then it has more. Say, divine intelligence, please give me the courage to become extraordinary and to make my dreams, goals, and desires a reality. And so with this, I kind of like to just like scrub my energy with this cherry color. Maybe I'll hold it in my space. Just imagine it infusing into my aura. So that's a very beautiful option as well. And it really is all about just setting intention. There's no right or wrong way. It really is just saying, you know, maybe I'm feeling a little bit down, or I need a journal prompt, or I need something to help me just to reconnect back to myself. And that's a really fun and inspiring way for oracle cards to do the same. And it's just kind of also is like what relies, like what you connect into. So if you are wanting to get an oracle card, of course, it's really great to go to the store if you can to just see which really infuses with your being. And then also get to know the person who wrote the deck. Get to know about them, the preface of the book, what it is, the understanding, because it gives you great guidance about how you can deepen that connection and the purpose of it. And ultimately, it's all about setting intention. It's all about saying, I'm here, I'm ready to ready myself, I'm ready to receive a guidance or a message. And honestly, I feel like channeling is so powerful in the aspect of journaling, of saying, okay, I'm reading about this, this is the message, how does this relate to me? And really sitting with that, really allowing that to take hold and to be who you are and to journal upon it and see how that really affects and embraces you. So that's also a really great opportunity that I have come to really love. I think it's very powerful and it's very fun. And it's a great way to start sparking your intuition, which in the next couple months, we're going to be doing a whole thing about deepening your spiritual gifts and how one can channel more and how spirit connects to us. So we'll also be doing that as well. But in that same space, it's so important. It's so important that we give ourselves grace and compassion and know that God works through us in so many ways. Whoever is watching, if you want me to pull a card for you, just let me know. I am happy to do that. So yes, this is just the purpose, and there's so many different aspects of it, so why not look at it with a lighthearted, beautiful space there. And I know earlier in the week we posted, some people asked about their favorite oracle deck and what they liked, and at some point we'll also talk about tarot as well, but probably not today. A new comment. Okay, let's see here. Sorry for that. For those who are viewing, I can't see who you are, so if you want a card, go ahead and comment for me. Simple, easy, fun, effective, awesome opportunity to just see, you know, maybe if there's something slightly that you need to know or whatever that is. It's just a really fun way of opening up that space of connection. Let's see if there's anything else here with that. I don't think so. And, you know, maybe I'll start doing some more card readings or whatever as well. Some people will use them as a space of deepening their understanding, working on, you know, channeling, and that's also where like some tarot cards can come into play too. And we'll talk about tarot cards another day. I just don't feel like that could be like a whole 30-minute convo about how tarot cards work and why and how they came about, all of those beautiful things. So if you have any questions, you know, this is a longer video, but I felt like it was effective. When I first got into oracle cards, I felt as though I kind of held myself back, or I was like, I don't know how to use them. Is there a right or wrong way? And there's really not a right or wrong way, but it's good to just hear other people's experiences. Carrie says, I have a gemstone tarot deck, and it is amazing how each time I pull cards for myself, the readings are spot on. I love that, Carrie. I think it's so beautiful. I think that it would be so fun one day to have both of us come live together, and we could do some readings in that space if you would want to. You might not want to. I just think it's always so fun. Let me know if you want me to pull a card for you this morning in the comments below. I'm happy to do so. I'm about ready to hop off in a little bit, but I might. Okay, Carrie says yes. All right, so Carrie, I'm going to pull from the Animal Spirit deck. So those who are interested in how this works, you can just watch. And typically, I don't know where my sage is at, but typically before I pull cards, I'll sage or I'll Palo Santo, I'll set the intention. So Carrie, if you want to place your hand on your heart, take a few deep breaths. This is connecting into Carrie. What message that we have for her today from her guides, or her spirit, animals, her higher self. And this is the one. There are two that popped up for this one too. So the first one is the giraffe. I'm excited for this one. The giraffe says, it's the number 29, and it says, see the big picture. How adorable is this little guy? Giraffes are also really good with trusting your intuition too, from the Animal Speak book. If you have this, you should look up what the giraffe also represents. But the giraffe is all about being able to foresee things and trusting your intuition. So a giraffe can see above the tree line. So a giraffe knows about what's happening before things happen. And it's kind of also about trusting your intuition in that space. And so I just wanted to put that out there as well. So now I'm going to look at the deck and just read over the card, and then we'll see if there's any other messages to channel in with it. Giraffes stretch upward and reach the treetops and look down from high vantage point. When giraffe spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view. In all aspects of your life, it is time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view, open your eyes to see what others need or are experiencing, and see how the big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, and experience, you don't want to overlook results, overlook details, and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond your catches. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that everything is as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. So it's really about stepping back, looking at the higher perspective, not even a higher perspective, but just a different perspective than what it is that maybe you have been experiencing. It's very beautiful. And then the next one is the squirrel, which is number 57, and it's all about believing in yourself. When I do journey work, Carrie, I always have this little squirrel on my right shoulder. He's always there with me. He's so cute. And he always brings in different meanings and energies when I'm connecting in with him. Okay, so the squirrel is believe in yourself, and I pulled it this way. So sometimes you can pull them upright, and it'll say the oracle message, or if it's downright, it'll also say the protection message. So it just depends on which way it was pulled. I actually think that we need to read this one upside down as I'm sitting with it. I'm like, okay, I need to read it as the downward message, which nothing is wrong with that either. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the changes that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdoms, and resources? You have come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all of the potential and all that Spirit presents to you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good. Even in your most challenging times in life, Spirit loves you. And so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when most needed, so relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know that you are positioned and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. So I hope that makes sense with you. I'm sure it does with, everything that you got going on. And now that I've read the reverse, I also feel like reading the upright message is also in connection to that too. You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources are available to you through the generosity of Spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel Spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away are enormous potential to growth. So relax into knowing there's always enough, and you have what it takes to co-create the reality you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in Spirit. Believe in yourself. For Spirit wants you and believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and are enough. Doesn't the truth make you feel safe and secure? It should. For you have everything you need right now. Carrie says, it's so spot on. I love that. It's so beautiful. I have one more thing. Let me hop up real quick and grab this little beauty here. Is actually Carrie. I got her book last week, and it is so beautiful. It's inspired journal prompts and guided visuals. 50 days, 5 minutes a day, forever change your life. And I just think that she put so much beauty into this beautiful book. I just love it. And even in this aspect, this can also become an oracle, right? It can be like, hey, what do I feel like I really need to focus on? And you can probably go from cover to cover. Sometimes I will be like, what do I need to what's a good journal prompt? And this one is a journal at night. When you were a child, how did you receive love? Did you have to perform well, get good grades? Were you a troublemaker? When we connect into our inner child, we can learn and heal the parts of us that feel stuck. Journal about your childhood. And this is also a great journal prompt. It's a great way of connecting in and just really finding those answers within ourselves, because ultimately, we can look towards others, and I think that's also why people have such a hard time with cards, is because they think it's replacing your connection to God, or working with a medium or an intuitive or a psychic, it's like a replacement of that connection from God. And some people can rely upon it that way, but the purpose of it, and if you are aligned with someone who is aligned in their purpose, it can also be a great source of self-growth and self-occurrence and self-understanding. And so even that little journal prompt, which is so powerful, can honestly give you a beautiful aspect into, having a deeper space of self-growth in stepping in. And so, of course, when I pull a card, I like to journal about it. Why does that make sense to me? What's the purpose? What am I learning? And I found that Carrie's beautiful journal book has also been the same for me, of taking time to just have a journal prompt where, I'm sorry, Carrie, I might not be doing it the way that it was designed in that aspect. You can do it from the very beginning, start from the back, from the front, and just go throughout the pages. Sometimes I just am like, what do I need to know? And then I just sit with that and allow those messages, because they're so beautiful. And even her messages here are like channeled messages, as if you were to pull a card in a lot of ways. And so it's also a very beautiful space and a very beautiful oracle. So yeah, there's just, so many different amazing opportunities and ways of growth. And so when we can open our heart, open our mind for more, it gives us a greater sense of love. So anyways, I hope that you all have an amazing Sunday. And starting this week, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We're going to start exploring the elements and deepening that connection to our ancestors. And I'm going to be going to Utah. And so the first 2 weeks, I have pre-recorded some videos that are going to be, I'm just going to post them on the Facebook page. but they are going to be all about the foundation because we're going to be doing some really intense, amazing stuff, but I felt like we needed to have some preparation before. So the first week, I'm going to be diving into why we connect to our ancestors, why the elements and how this can affect us and impact us in our everyday life. The second week is about journey work because we will be doing on the last 2 weeks on Monday and on Thursday nights. For whoever can join, I'm going to give you the Zoom link, and then of course we'll have it posted here. But if you want to be a participant, it's about connecting into the Zoom call. And we are going to set intention, create sacred space, and then we're going to call upon the ancestors to channel in a message. So I'll be channeling in some messages about that element, not individual messages for people, but really about how we can strengthen that connection to our ancestors. And then I'm going to lead us through a journey using that element and our ancestors to deepen our connection to them. And then we'll have some physical tools that we can use that week or those few days to really integrate that into our space. And so I just felt like it was very important to have that beginning structure of, why ancestors, why the elements, on top of why journey work and what that even means and how that can help us and affect us and how we can have spirit to spirit conversations. And so it's really kind of the basic beginning of all of that to help us just really hit the ground running. And I'm doing it this way also because I'm going to be gone and I don't want to be necessarily working. This isn't really work, of course, but I just want to be present with those in my life while I'm there. So anyways, I'm really excited for everything, and I cannot wait for some more information, some more experiences, and I'll be here again next Sunday. I'll probably be doing some readings probably some readings next Sunday, mini readings. So anyways, I just wanted to let you all know how grateful I am for this beautiful tribe, and there's so many amazing things happening, so thank you for your participation. And once again, if you have any family or friends who you feel like will be in addition to connecting to the ancestors using the elements, please let me know or add them to the group so they can also be a part of it. Thank you. Blessings, love, and light.